We're going to find out. Sorry, no, man, I can't wait.
What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about UFC 308, one of the best cards of the year. We got a couple of pullouts, unfortunately. Pause. Still, amazing card, and let's get into it. Make sure you guys like and sub. Some of you guys might agree with my picks. Some of you guys, we'll see. You guys have to tune in. We'll start with the opener. Prelim of Ibo Islam versus Rafael Quequiquera. I don't know what Rafael Quequiquera looks like because he doesn't have a picture. So I'll go with Ibo Aslan. He had a really good fight, actually. I don't remember the name of the opponent. Let me see here if it shows it. I'm not super familiar. It was against Turcouch, yeah. That was a really, really good fight. But it was back and forth. So Ibo Islam does get hit. That's the thing. He's not unsusceptible to getting hit or getting touched up. But even though that is the case, I just think he's a bit of a tank. He got that third round finish in his last fight. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, there's really not much to it. He's got insanely good power, so I'll go with Ibo Aslan, and he's got a good chin. So, you guys know who I'm going with for this next one. And by the way, Ibo Aslan, I'll go with via first round knockout. I say he gets the first round knockout. Um, he was fighting a really tough opponent, but there was times where that fight honestly should have been stopped. Maybe not should have been stopped, but there was times where his opponent should have been out. Really. So the credit to his last fight. But anyways, Ibo Islam via first round knockout. And please excuse my nose, I'm a bit sick. Next fight. One of the ugliest guys in the UFC, Rakrat, whatever his name is. I'm going with the guy whose name ends in OV. I can't pick against these guys unless they're facing like high level guys. Look, if it's a decision, they're giving him the decision. That's just what it is. His last fight, I thought he lost clearly. His last fight was in, I want to say, Saudi Arabia. It was against Dalby. I thought he easily lost that fight. Easily lost that fight. Clearly lost that fight. And they gave it to him. So it's like, all right, whatever. So they're always going to give him the decision or give guys like him the decision, especially these types of countries. So I'm going Renat via boring ass fucking something. This dude looks like I don't even know. He looks like a new creature we haven't discovered. All right, we got another guy whose name ends in EV or OV or AV. We got Ishmael Naradiev versus Bruno. So, unfortunately, this card has a lot of Dagestanis. Ishmael Naradiev. Who was his last opponent? Sean Brady. So did that even happen? Wait, his last fight was against Sean Brady? What? Dude, I'm going with Bruno. This guy hasn't fought in 4 years. I wonder who wins that. Yeah, I'm going to Bruno Silva. But Bruno Silva's not really good, so he'll probably just win via decision. Um, Farid Basharat, another one, another clap nose fucking versus. Oh, look at this guy. Ugh. Versus Victor Hugo. I don't want to go here, but I'll go Basharat, bro. Like again, another Dagestani. I'll go Basharat via boring 30-27. You know, hold him against the cage, knee his thigh. He gets a takedown. He lays on top of him in full guard with his hairy back and his hairy. I'd go with Basharat via decision. Well, let's get to the good stuff. Chris Barnett. Here we go. The GOAT. Versus Kennedy yeah. So Chris Barnett. I'm going with Chris Barnett. I'm going with the GOAT. I'm going with the future world champion of the world. I'm going with the one, the only Chris Beast Boy Barnett. And I'm going with Chris Barnett via third round TKO. He's going to kick him to the body. Kennedy's going to be hurt. He's going to be up against the cage. He's going to get hit with a boom, 2 right at his chin. He's going to go down. Barnett's going to raid hammer fist. Herb Dean or whoever it is stops the fight. Chris Barnett via third round TKO. And title run starts now, baby. Let's fucking go, Beast Boy. The return of the GOAT. Let's go. Bruno Ferreira versus Abus Magomedov. Now, Bruno Ferreira, very good. His last why'd I say it like that? His last win was against Stolzfus. Actually, that was a really good win by, oh shit. Bruno Ferreira is really good. 9 wins by knockout, 3 wins by submission, 10 first round finishes, and he's 12-1. But Abus Magomedov, he beat Alves in his last fight. 15 first round finishes. Yeah, but those are like against Dagestani cab drivers. I don't count that. I'm gonna go with Bruno Ferreira. I don't care. If you get knocked out by Sean Strickland, I know that was like 3 fights ago, but if you get knocked out by Sean Strickland, you're losing to a guy with actual power in Bruno Ferreira. I'll go with Bruno Ferreira via first round TKO. Sorry, Abus, but oh my, holy shit, this guy's hideous. What the fuck? Ew! Oh my god, look at his face. Oh my gosh. What's wrong with his face? He looks like AI. Do you think this guy gets pussy, chat? Let's be honest. Do you think Saeed Nurmagomedov gets girls, bro? Yo, this guy looks clapped as fuck. But his opponent is pulled out. So there, I don't know why it says Daniel Santos. Daniel Santos is not fighting on this card. I just hit my mic. He's not fighting on this card. Apparently he pulled out. So they're looking for an opponent for Saeed. I'll just be safe and go with Saeed Nurmagomedov, unless his opponent ends up being like fucking Peyton Talbot or something. Fucking, I don't know. I'll just go with Saeed. Oh, that dude is a class. Oh my god! Olabai! Orlobai! 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 Let's go! Piao piao. Look at him. Look at his base. Look at his face. Based. Mekhitzezebek Orobai. I don't know how you say his first name. Mekhitzebek. 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 Mekhitzebek Orlobai. Mekhitzebek Orlobai. I sound like XQC. Base Orlobai. He beat Elvis Brenner in his last fight. That was a good win. He's facing Rebecki. I like Rebecki a lot, actually. I love Rebecki. My Polish goat. But Rebecki is coming off of a loss. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with I can't bet against the Mongolian Pagarikistanian ancient fucking warrior that is Mr. Orlobai. I'm going with Orlobai via decision. Rebecki is very tough, so he won't get put out cold or anything, but he's going to lose. He'll probably be bloodied up. Let's go Orlobai, baby. I love Rebecki, though, but Orlobai via decision. And the main event of the prelims, Jeff Neal versus Rafael dos Anjos. This one's pretty easy. I'm going Jeff Neal. He had a close fight with Ian Gary. He almost he hurt Shavkat a couple times, which that's aged pretty well, I'd say. I know people like to bring up, oh, he lost to Neil Magny like 7 years ago. Yeah, I'm not gonna name names, but there's certain other MMA YouTubers that like to say, oh, he lost to Neil Magny. Like that wasn't 15 years ago. Jeff Neal is gonna win this. Most likely he's gonna stop Rafael dos Anjos, but I don't know. I'll go Jeff Neal via round 3 TKO. I think he'll get a good. Yeah, I was gonna say round 2. I'll go round 3 TKO for Jeff Neal. RDA is, he's great, he's amazing, but it's RDA in 2024. How old is the guy? He's like fucking 50. So that's the end of the prelims. Now, MMA Guru versus Armin Petrosian. I'm going MMA Guru. I think the Pirate, the Bullet, Sharon Magomedov. I think he's good. I think he's very good. He's making it a bit too close with his last couple of opponents to where I can't really glaze him the way that his fans glaze him, because it's just like, I mean, you're having close fights with like fucking, who the fuck was his last fight? Fucking Oleksiejczuk, you know what I mean? Which is like, a tough guy, really, really tough opponent. But if you're as good as they say you are, you should be running through these guys, man. You should be running through these guys like fucking Gucci third leg running through a bunch of whores. So I'm going Sharon Magomedov. I'll go via round 2, late round 2. head kick, spinning wheel kick, head kick. He'll land a good kick, maybe even a good body kick or something, and he'll stop this guy. This guy likes to strike. Armand Petrosian. He likes to strike. He doesn't like to grapple. So, Sherry, you're getting another layup, kid. I give you the win in this one. Round two, head kick, body kick, some sort of kick for Shara Bullet. After this fight, bro, make him fight Bo Knuckle, bro, please. Hey, Bo Knuckle. You know who he should fight actually? Let's for once in our fucking goddamn lives, let's put two Dagestanians against each other. Sharon Magomedov versus Ikram Aliskerov's ugly ass. Do it. Just do it. Do it. Do something. Like, come on, bro. I honestly think Sharon beats him too, to be honest. All right, moving on. Oh man, another one. Jesus, man, and this one's a big ugly one. Magomed Ankalaev versus Alexander Rakic. Now, this is something this is a pick that I've like really had to think about, and I still don't know who I'm picking. Yeah, this is bad. Part of me really wants to go Ankalaev. Not that I want him to win, but I just feel like he has plot armor. It's in Abu Dhabi. If it's a decision, he'll probably get it. I don't fucking know. This is tough. It was really tough. But there's a huge part of me that wants to go Rakic, though. I'm just gonna ignore the Yuri loss and just look at it as just. I'm not gonna do the whole thing of like, oh, but coming off the Yuri fight, I'm looking at it as like skill for skill. Are they both both coming into this fight at their best? Let's assume. Who wins? Is Ankalaev gonna grapple him? Is he gonna knee him against the cage and knee his thigh? Most likely. Is Rakic got good takedown defense? Yeah, I'd say so. Is Rakic probably gonna hurt his legs? Magomed Ankalaev's legs a couple times? I would say so. I want to low key go Rakic because his last fight was like incredible. Oh, but like he literally almost stopped Yuri Prohaska. Like, fuck, dude, he looks so good in that fight. This is really, really, really. This is the toughest fight on this card to pick for me. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm just gonna go with Ankalaev, bro. He's got plot armor. That's just the only thing. Usually, like these fights, it's the guy who you think they want to win always ends up winning. It's like the script is just written in the stars, like it's WWE. So I'll go Ankalaev via, you guessed it, fucking decision. And then feed him to Pereira, because I think Pereira smokes him. Lerone Murphy versus Dan Ige. Now, I want Dan Ige to win. I think he has a lot of tools to win this fight. But Lerone Murphy, he knows how to make it boring. He knows how to hold you against the cage. He knows how to use the kicks to keep you at range. Ah, shit, man. This is tough. I like Dan Ige a lot. Fuck it. I'm going Dan Ige. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I'm going Dan Ige. I don't care. I don't care if he does better against this type of opponent or that type. I don't give a flying fucking. Almost said a crazy word. I'm going Dan Ige. He's good. He almost beat Diego Lopez in that last round. He was looking good up until that third round as well. And that was on a day, like on an hour's notice. It wasn't even on a day's notice. It was like on like 5 hours notice. Incredible. I'm going Dan Ige. I don't give a shit. I'm going to hit with Dan Ige via decision. I don't really see there being too many stoppages on this card, but I've picked a couple, but I'm going Dan Ige via decision. After this fight, Dan Ige should get. He should featherweight. Let's do Dan Ige versus the winner of Topuria Holloway. All right, that's what I'm thinking. No, Brian Ortega. Imagine feed Brian Ortega to Dan Ige. I'm going Dan Ige via decision. Habita Whittaker! Habita Whittaker! Versus Hamzat Chimu. This is a really weird fight because it shouldn't really be happening. Robert Whittaker, Robert Whittaker, Robert Whittaker. Robert Whittaker, um, he accepted the fight against Ikram. And he beat Ikram in one round. And probably his best performance of his entire career. And his best knockout of his entire career. In front of a bunch of boring, no cheering Saudi Arabians, unfortunately. Like, they barely had a reaction. They were just like, and their little shitty sheiks. Robert Whittaker, this is a 5 round fight. If it was a 3 round fight, I 100% I think would have picked Hamzat Chimaev. It being 5 rounds, because again, if it was 3 rounds, like Hamzat grapples him, He's got good enough danger on the feet, so Whitaker won't be wild. I'm going Whitaker. I am going Whitaker. I am going Whitaker. I'm looking trying to convince myself Hamza. I'm going Whitaker. He looks so good in his last fight, man. His striking is elite. He's got good enough takedown defense. He's got good offensive grappling himself. I'm going Robert Whitaker. I think he's got good power. I think he's gonna win. I think it's gonna be just a 5 round back and forth war. I think honestly, I don't really see either guy getting put out. Hamzat's taken massive shots in his career, even against Usman. I was rewatching that fight. He took some good strikes. Whitaker, he's got a good chin too. He took a head kick clean from Paulo Costa. The factor that I want to mention though is Robert Whitaker is the worst first round fighter I think in the UFC right now in terms of a top level name. He is the worst first round fighter at the top of the UFC. The guy's first round is always his worst. Izzy knocked him out in the first round. He also dropped him in the second match in the first round. Um, Paulo Costa wobbled him in the first round with a fucking head kick. Like his first round is terrible. Darren Till almost put him out in the first round with an elbow. His first round is terrible. DDP, correct me if I'm wrong, knocked him out in the first round, or was it the second round? Was it early second round or was it first round? I think it was early second round. Still, his first round is not good. Like Robert Whitaker is not a good first round fighter. With that being said, Hamza Chimaev, what the fuck does his gas tank look like? What does his lungs look like, bro? He's been sick a billion times. The guy literally he can't stay healthy to save his life. Look, I'd love for Hamzat to win because I'm more excited for a Hamzat versus DDP fight or a Hamzat versus Strickland fight than I would be a Whitaker versus. Well, I'd be more excited for Whitaker Strickland, but still, I just don't think I just don't trust Hamzat. He might pull out before this video even drops. He might have pulled out right now as I'm making this video. I don't trust Hamzat Chimaev. I don't trust him. I think he'll make it to the fight. I don't think he's gonna pull out this time. I just don't trust him to win because I don't know. Like he's been so inactive, bro. I have to go Robert Whitaker. He's been active. I almost said Robert Whitaker again. He's been active. He's been consistent. He's being good names. Um, he really shouldn't even. He should just get the next title shot. Like this is ridiculous that they're kind of making him fight Hamza again. It is what it is. They wouldn't do that to Adesanya. Adesanya just gets a title shot off of just jerking off on the couch. Like they should make him fight Barajo. They should. I'm talking about Izzy. They should make him fight Barajo. They should make him fight fucking fucking Anthony Hernandez. Like give him somebody tough. But anyways, Robert Whitaker. I'm going with via decision. If it's gonna be a stoppage, it's gonna be like round 4 or 5. It's gonna be those later rounds where Hamzat is like really tired, really gassed. I believe in a 5 round fight, he's gonna be very tired. I believe he's gonna be very gassed. I don't think he's good enough to keep that pressure on Whitaker. Whereas Whitaker, I think he's got the gas thing. I think he's a good pressure fighter. I think he's got the kicks. He's dangerous on every asset of his game. I got Robert Whitaker via decision, but wouldn't be shocked of a first round fucking uppercut again, or maybe like a 1-2 or something against the cage probably. Ilya Topuria versus Max Holloway. I've done a whole separate video on this, but I will talk about it again because I believe Max Holloway will be the new UFC featherweight champion of the world. I do not believe Ilya Topuria is as good as the people who are picking him think he is, or think you know what I mean. I don't think he's as good as they're saying he is. In terms of, can he knock out Max Holloway? Because if he can knock out Max Holloway, but Dustin Poirier couldn't, Justin Gaethje couldn't, Arnold Allen couldn't, TKZ couldn't, Volkanovski couldn't, Jose Aldo couldn't, Conor McGregor couldn't. I mean, some of the best strikers in the history of combat sports. Okay, maybe not combat sports, but in the history of the UFC, in the history of MMA, have faced Max Holloway and have touched this guy's chin with big shots. He took clean shots from Yair Rodriguez. He took clean shots from a lot of these guys. But you're telling me Topuria is like this magical god that's just going to come down. If he couldn't knock out Josh Emmett, Or Holloway does bad against shorter opponents. He beat Frankie Edgar. He knocked out Jose Aldo twice. He doesn't do bad against shorter opponents. It's just most of the time he's the taller guy. So there's gonna be times where he's gonna lose to shorter guys. He had a split with Volk. I'm pretty sure it was a split. If not, it should have been. Really, he had a close fight with Volkanovski. Like, what are we doing here? This whole argument of like, oh, he doesn't do good against shorter opponents is so retarded. It's so retarded. Does Topuria do good against taller opponents? I mean, what the fuck? He almost got stopped by Jai Herbert, the biggest jobber in the featherweight division, the biggest no-name bum, nobody in the featherweight division. Almost knocked out Ilya Topuria with a head kick. And I've watched some of Topuria's fights. He gets caught with head kicks, spinning kicks, and normal head kicks easily. I guess it's because he's shorter. It's the Volkanovski problem, where because you're shorter, it's easier for you to get caught with a head kick. I'm telling you, if Holloway, and he's been using a couple of head kicks in his training footage, if he starts throwing good head kicks and that spinning kick he does to the body, or even if he changes it to the head, throws a couple of oblique kicks, some knee stomps, whatever you want to call it, some kicks to the stomach. Really, he just has to slow down Topuria. I think he's good enough to do it. I think Holloway's winning this fight. I think he's winning the belt. I don't all the excuses like, oh, he's moving back down to featherweight. Okay, like what is he looked good at lightweight. Yes, he looked like he put on a little bit of muscle. If you guys don't know, it's easier to dehydrate with muscle than with fat. So it's going to be an easier weight cut than when he moved up against Poirier and then moved down. It's going to be way easier because how do you think Dricus makes weight so easily, even though everyone's like, oh, he's so swole? Because all that muscle carries more water than fat does. So it's easier to dehydrate. That's just what it is. Holloway this will probably be an easier weight cut, if anything, I think, because he's not trying to cut off that muffin top. He's trying to cut off some muscle weight, some muscle water, whatever you want to call it. This won't. I don't like that excuse of the weight cut. I don't like the excuse of, oh, he's fighting a taller opponent. He's fighting a shorter opponent. I don't like that excuse. What else? I mean, like, what other excuses is there? If Topuria couldn't knock out Josh Emmett, how is he knocking out Holloway? Unless you're saying Josh Emmett has the best chin in the history of the sport. In the history of the sport. He doesn't. So Holloway's not getting put out by Ilya Topuria. He didn't get put out by Justin fucking Gaethje, the hardest striker, one of the hardest hitting guys we've ever seen. He didn't get put out by Dustin Poirier twice. But Topuria is gonna be the guy. I'm going Max Holloway via decision. I'd say probably 30-27. I think he's just gonna. I think honestly, he's going to pick it up in the later rounds. I think Topuria could win rounds 1. Maybe then Holloway will swing it back round 2. Maybe Topuria wins round 3. Um, maybe then 4 and 5 go to Holloway. I just think Holloway's got a good gas tank. I think he's got good pressure. I mean, for him to knock out Justin Gaethje like that in the 5th round with 1 second left, he still had power in him. He still had energy in him to even do that. Like, it's not like he took that round off either. Like, that was still a really good round for him. Like, he's a good 5-round fighter. He looked good against Arnold Allen over 5 rounds. You know what I mean? Like, he's a good 5-round fighter, man. He is. He's a really good 5-round fighter. He's in his prime right now. Topuria, I mean, has he been to the 5 rounds? Like, I think that Josh Emmett fight was 5 rounds, and he knocked out Volk in the 2nd round, so he's not really been the distance that much in his career. I think Holloway's got that more 5-round experience, man. I'm going Max Holloway. Like, I can't really do any more convincing. If you're going with Topuria, that's cool. I'm going with Holloway. But if you guys in the comments are going with Topuria, let me know. Max Holloway, I think he's going to win. I think it's going to be a decision. I think Topuria is going to probably have a good 1st or 2nd round, is my guess. Or 1st and 3rd. I don't know. I could just see, like, Topuria having a really good 1st. Holloway kind of coming back with the 2nd. Maybe Topuria edging out the 3rd. And then Holloway sort of taking the 4th and 5th. You know? Somebody might get dropped in this round. Or in this fight, excuse me. Is Topuria going to mix in the grappling? Voice crack. Is Topuria going to mix in the grappling? Yeah, most likely, but is Holloway not a competent grappler? Is he not decent and not getting taken down? And come on, bro, we got to stop this bullshit. Like Holloway is like in his prime right now. And so is Topuria. I don't care what Topuria did to Volk. Volk's like 36. Holloway's 32, which people forget. People forget, man. Holloway is 32 years of age. He is in his smack of his prime right now, bro. There's no decline in sight. So I'm going Max Holloway via. This is the perfect time for this fight to happen, I think. Perfect time. That's why I like this fight. It's not like, oh, Max is 34 and he's finally facing Topuria, who's like, whatever. No, this is like prime Max Holloway coming off of the best performance of his career, or one of, if, you could argue the Calvin Cater, but doing what he did to Justin Gaethje, a lightweight, and then knocking him out. One of the best performances of his career. Topuria knocking out pound for pound number one Volkanovski. This is a clash of the titans. I love this fight, but I'm going with Max Holloway. Sorry, can't go Topuria. I just think Holloway has every tool. He has a box of tools, and he has so many. He's got good kicks. I know Topuria has good kicks too, but dude, Justin Gaethje was smacking Holloway's legs with those fucking leg kicks. Holloway was not slowing down at all, bro. He was not feeling those kicks. He felt it the next day, but if Holloway can take leg kicks from Justin Gaethje, if he could take shots from Justin Gaethje, I don't understand. I'm not saying Justin Gaethje is better than Ilya Topuria. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, is Topuria as great as you guys are all saying that are picking Topuria? Oh, well, he's got good calf kicks. So does like a lot of guys Holloway has faced that he's beaten before. Jose Aldo, hello, he's beaten Jose Aldo. Fucking Justin Gaethje, one of the best leg kickers in the history of the sport, hello, he beat, like, come on, bro. Volkanovski, the guy who he had two close fights with, come on. Like, I don't like this narrative, man. I think Holloway's gonna get it done. I'd love to see Holloway Volk next. I actually don't think they're doing that. I think what's gonna happen is Volk is gonna face Diego Lopez for the interim featherweight title in Australia. I think that's what's gonna happen. Um, and then the winner of that will probably face the winner of this. And I look, I'd love any combination. If it's Diego Lopez versus Topuria, amazing. Or Diego Lopez versus Holloway, amazing. Or a Volk versus Holloway, great. Volk versus Topuria, that one I'm not, because I think Topuria probably just beats him again. Now Volk Holloway, that's interesting to me. But then again, if Volk completely washes Diego Lopez and Topuria washes Holloway, I would be intrigued, because then I would be like, okay, maybe Volk is not washed. Maybe he's not done. Anyways, we kind of got off on a tangent. Max Holloway and the new baby. Suck my dick if you disagree. I don't give a fuck. Make sure you guys like and sub. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments below. Who are your picks for this card? Again, I got Max Holloway. Um, yeah, I think he's gonna get it done. Let's see how we do on picks. It's been a weird couple of cards for picks, to be honest with you guys. But I'm hoping this one will be the one where I get a lot of them right. Hopefully nobody pulls out. Please. This card was supposed to have Cyril Gane versus Volkov on it, right? It is what it is. Make sure you guys like and sub, and we'll find out Saturday night, baby. We're actually gonna find out Saturday because it's this weekend, guys. 308. Woo!